I used to be stressed all the time. I would go to school, I would come back and just stress. To cope with the stress, I would go onto my bed and take out my phone, of course, and just sit there the whole day. Little didn't know that that's also quite stressful. It's noisy. You just constantly watching more and more stuff on your phone, on social media. And so I had exams, I had tests to study for, I had homework, I had this phone, I had school, I had friends that I was trying to make jokes with. I was trying to do all these things every day, all at once. And anytime I had a free moment, like when I was eating food, which is supposed to be calm, my mind is consumed by the next thing. No, you can't relax and eat slow. You have to go eat quick and go to the next thing. Even when I told myself, nah, I've got to relax, you can't. Your mind is continuously hitting you. You have to go on to the next thing. You have to carry on. But something changed that completely. Something actually transformed how I felt. My stress went away. In fact, a lot of things changed. My life transformed. I stopped going on my phone. I stopped studying. I stopped doing a homework. I stopped this all. I explored my school, and guess what I found? Yes, that's right. I found a tree, and it's probably the same tree in the thumbnail of this video. I found a tree, and I laid down on that tree with a lollipop.
That's where I stay.
It was next to the road. There was a fence there. No one could see me. No one that I knew could see me. No friends. I didn't have my phone. No one could call me. No one would even check that tree because it's on the edge of the school. I just lay there for 2 hours. And it's only once you lie down on a tree or you find this quiet place of your own where you realize how fast your heart is beating, how much you're breathing. In fact, you start to be like, what the hell? I didn't realize that. And then you look up into the sky through the branches, under shade, man. You're finally at peace here. Me lying down there at that tree, sitting down on that branch, my mind expanded, opened. I could think. For the first time, I could actually think. Is your life busy? Tell me, is your life busy? Do you have a lot of things going on? Now, if you are most people, then yeah, you have a lot of things happening. You have a lot of things happening. There's school, there's work, there's projects you have to do, studying for. How do you think that affects you? I had no idea how that affected me until I went there to that tree and just relaxed and just calmed down and just looked up at the sky.
Music licensing reimagined.
What are you thinking about at the same time? You probably haven't thought of this yet, but when you're always busy, you don't think about the bigger picture. You don't think about big things in general. It's just the next thing. That's all you think about. The next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Okay. What if you've actually let everything go? Right? You are depressed. Let's say you're depressed. Like, you won't. Maybe you don't even understand that you're depressed. Like, but you are. What if you let everything go? You don't even do homework anymore because you can't muster up the courage to do that. The feeling to do that. This is the best place for you to be. Because in this, you can actually think and philosophize and realize what you actually want for your life. That's what depression wants you to do, because it's telling you, hey, time to change your life, buddy. You're doing everything the opposite of what you want, the opposite of what I want. It's not healthy for you. So depression wants you to change your life. But oftentimes, we don't have that lifestyle where we can just sit back and think. We're just always on our phones, always trying to distract ourselves, stimulate ourselves. Go out of your house, go out of your school onto the field at break, or find a place in your garden, on the street. Find a hidden place, somewhere no one knows about. It's secret. Because I can assure you, no one else is doing this. No one else is finding these places. So anywhere you look is going to be secret. So find this place. Now here's where the magic happens. You're lying down next to the tree, you're sitting down.
Artlist.io.
It's incredible. It's absolutely insane. You actually open your mind up. You're allowed to think. You allow yourself to think. All these small little thoughts that are happening, all these thoughts about your next test coming up, the studying, you say, no, I don't need you right now. Let's go into the next thought. And you just lay back. You say, no, I don't need to think. You just lie down and say, and whatever thoughts come up, they come up. You choose to entertain them. For instance, I was lying down next to that tree, and this waft of smoky, polluted air came through the road, right, onto my nose. And suddenly I just had the thought, do I really want to live here when I grow up? Do I really want to stay in this smog-infested city where they've done research saying it's like smoking 5 cigarettes a day?
Music licensing.
I would have never gotten that thought in my entire life if I just sat back at school, studied instead. And then the next day I went, I lay back and I got all these thoughts, these fantasies, and I realized, wow, what I actually want isn't to get a high mark in school and go to university. It's merely to be independent. These are thoughts that you don't get when you're not lying on the tree, when you're not trying to think. And then you go into detail, okay, how do I get independent? Whatever. Do you really think you would get that if you were just sitting here? Okay, maybe. Right, we have this thing called a journal, which it simulates the same process. It's not as peaceful, and your mind isn't as open because it's not serene, but you can still get the same type of thing. I think journaling with thinking. So you go to your quiet place, your tree, anywhere you want to think about as a quiet place. It could even be a bathroom, for all I know. Just no one knows you're there and you're free, right? You sit there for an hour and you journal for an hour. These two in conjunction skyrocket your choices, your abilities to do things at all. I tell you, man, before I went there to that tree, I was not able to sit down and do my work. I was a social media junkie. I wasn't able to do what I had to do. And even with my work, I would be just doing more and more work, more busy and busy. I was not true to myself. You want to find your truth? You want to find your clarity? You want to find your mental stability? You go to that tree. And you sit and you wait and you let your mind think. That's how you find it. That's how you get all these things right. In fact, this isn't even for people who desperately need it. If you want to be successful in life, if you actually want to be the guy that does more than everyone else, if you want to be the guy who gets things done, has a plan for his life, can actually do things better than anyone else, you go there. Because you probably don't even know what your purpose is, what you're trying to work towards. Probably don't know. I didn't know. I was just working on my school, with my friends. I watched some videos and those told me, hey, work on your friendships, hey, work on this and that. And I was like, okay, but I didn't actually know. When I went to that tree, and it didn't happen immediately.
licensing
But each time,
reimagined.
I knew a little more about what I actually wanted to do. Each time, I figured it out. And when I came back, I could do research about it. Yesterday, I realized I want to be independent. I did research about it. Today, I'm moving further towards that.
Artlist.io.
I journaled and I realized I need to work on my YouTube videos. I have to do these better and more correctly. I'm editing these things now. This is more serious. And it's all because I went to that tree and I journaled and I came back. And I'm not getting stressed either. When you go to that tree,
Licensing reimagined.
when you go to your quiet place, your stress can vanish. Your lifestyle, your busyness is gone. You just sit there without a timer because no one's going to find you. Nothing is going to happen to you, man. You're alright. This is your place. This is your space. This is how you contemplate and process everything that's been going on. This is how you get to success, because you actually know what to do next. This is how you win. I'm just gonna say it's how you win. Now for me, it seems like I've gone backwards, because my marks are gonna go down. I'm not studying as much as I used to. I'm not doing all these things anymore. But it's actually the opposite. My goals in life, my purpose was never to be a good student, although I am. That was my parents. They told that to me. And sure, it's a part of the plan B of being independent, but it's not the full picture.
Music licensing reimagined.
You see, when you're gonna go to this tree, to your quiet place, and you get these thoughts, you're gonna think they're stupid. You might, because they're not in line with what you're actually doing right now. Because what you're doing right now is making you depressed. It's making you stressed. It's making you busy, and it's not the good time. You're not actually happy about it. In fact, you have to go home every day, go on your phone, just to numb yourself to all of this stuff. And that's why they're not in line. Because what it's gonna tell you is what you actually want to do. What going to that tree does, going to your quiet place, a place where you can sit and think. In fact, you don't even have to go to the quiet place. You can sit down and stare at a wall. Any wall, as long as no one's gonna distract you. But when you get these thoughts, and you think they're stupid, these are the thoughts of your life. This is your stuff to do. And I tell you, if you actually work in line with them, if you actually move towards what these things, what your mind is telling you while you're sitting there, your whole life changes. You're not going to be the same type of person you used to be. You are going to change. You are going to enjoy life at the same time. And you're going to go faster than everyone else because you actually know what you want and you're not doing what someone else wants. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? This is your thing to do. No one else's. So I hope that was a very informative video, because it would be for me. Yeah, I hope it was very informative. It would be for me if I was in grade 8 or 9 or 10 and everything was busy. It would be incredible, because I could actually breathe. Find your tree, find your light, find your hope, find your ability to think again, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
Thoughts can be cruel. They're not mine to hold the space unraveled.
Music licensing reimagined.